Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalam-o-Alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. First, how to wear the ihram. There are two sheets. First, take one side and then fold it. Then take it, place it behind your waist like this, as mentioned in the screen. After placing it behind your waist, keep it above your navel. After that, make sure both ends are equal. After equalizing both ends, you need to make one side longer and the other side shorter. Then wrap it around yourself in this manner. After wrapping it, bring one end to the front. Once you bring it to the front, fold it like this. Make sure to fold it well from the front and back. Alright, the lower part of the ihram is done. Now for the upper part, unfold the second sheet and place it behind your waist. After placing it behind your back, there are 2 or 3 ways to wrap it. You can wrap it this way as well. However, when you are performing Tawaf, circling the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 7 times, only during that time you need to keep this shoulder uncovered, right shoulder. A simple way to do this is to move it from here and bring it down simply, and then through it over your other shoulder. After that, you can start your Tawaf. During Tawaf, keep your shoulder uncovered, and during Safa and Marwa, keep it covered like this. One more thing to remember is that these 2 clothes are ordinary until you reach the designated place called Mikat and make your intention, niyyat. Until then, these are ordinary clothes. Until you reach Mikat, there is no special significance to this sheet. This is the method for wearing them while you are still at home. Keep your legs uncovered so that it's easy for you to perform salah, bow and prostrate. You can adjust the sheet according to your comfort while at home and practice a bit to ensure it does not keep falling and does not bother you. Now, the place where I am standing is called Mikat, and Mikat is the place where you formally intend to start your Umrah. This is where the process of Umrah officially begins. The Mikat of Medina is called Dhul Halafiyah. Here you make the intention, which means making a firm resolution in your heart. The intention for Hajj is Labbaik Allahumma Hajja, and the intention for Umrah is Allahumma Umrah. But if for some reason you are unable to perform Umrah, there is a completely separate prayer for that. This mosque is specifically built for wearing ihram. From here, after making the intention, we will proceed forward and recite this supplication along the way. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. This is the Mikat for Medina, and there are a total of 5 Mikat in Saudi Arabia. This is the route we take when going from Medina to Makkah al-Mukarramah. It is called the Makkah-Medina highway, and Jeddah is also connected to this road. And this is the Medina's checkpoint where the Kalma-e-Taiba is inscribed. When you travel from Makkah to Medina, you pass this checkout indicating that you have left the boundaries of Medina. The journey from Medina to Makkah is approximately 500 kilometers. Now we are entered officially in Makkah al-Mukarramah, and here you can see is Jannat al-Mu'alla, similar to Jannat al-Baqi in Medina. Here lies the grave of al-Mu'mineen Hazrat Khadija raziyallahu ta'ala anha, who was the first wife of beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And this is Makkah's clock tower, which can be seen from afar. Now we are proceeding toward Masjid al-Haram for the completion of our Umrah pilgrimage. Yes, we have entered inside and it is time for Tawaf. Here, we will perform Tawaf around the Kaaba, which means circling the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 7 times. During Tawaf, men keep their right shoulder uncovered, and in the first 3 rounds, you should walk briskly, meaning to walk little quickly. You should start Tawaf from the Hajr Aswad and begin with Allahu Akbar. You need to point toward Hajr Aswad once and if possible kiss it. In each round, at the corner of the Yamni corner to the Hajr Aswad, the dua to recite it: Rabbana atina fi dunya hasanata wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina azaban nar. Yes, it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us goodness in this world and the hereafter. After Tawaf, you need to perform 2 rakat of Nawafil at Maqam Ibrahim. However, if it is crowded and you cannot find a place there, you can perform them elsewhere. Then after that, you need to go for Sa'i, meaning walking between Safa and Marwa. This is the process so far, and this is the first corner of the Hajr Aswad from where we start our Tawaf. We raise our hand and say Allahu Akbar and start the Tawaf. As you can see, due to Ramadan, there is a lot of rush. So we cannot get too close. As soon as your 7 circle of Tawaf are complete, you need to perform 2 rakat of Salah behind Maqam Ibrahim. However, you cannot see, there is a lot of rush here. You cannot pray there, and it is also not advisable because it would disturb other. Therefore, you can perform 2 rakat of Nafil prayer anywhere in Masjid al-Haram without any issue. By the way, Makkah al-Mukarramah has a long history. It was first built by the Prophet Adam alayhi salam, but it was destroyed due to flood during Prophet Nuh's time. After that, our beloved Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam rebuilt it afterwards, once again, many years later, when the tribes of Makkah rebuilt it, and they had insufficient material, so they were unable to complete the roof. The remaining part is known as Hatim. The wall that was built indicate that this part was also a part of Kaaba. Similarly, Makkah originally had 2 gates, one for entering and the other for exiting. However, due to shortage of materials, only 1 gate was kept for both entering and exiting at the same time. Okay, they have built 3 to 4 floors on the Safa Marwa hills, and the first floor has a lot of rush. There is also a lot of rush on the upper floors also. When you look up, you will see electric wheelchairs or electric buggy or polo club car in operations. If someone cannot walk or is very weak, they can obtain these facilities or wheelchairs or electric buggies. The fee for this is usually between 150 to 200 Saudi riyals. Apart from electric ones, there are also individuals who will push you in a wheelchair to perform the rounds between Safa and Marwa. I asked them how much they will charge for this service, and they said they charge 100 Saudi riyal. After performing 2 rakat of Nafil prayer, you need to reach Safa hill. Upon reaching there, you should face the Qibla direction with both hands raised and recite this supplication. Safa and Marwa are among the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and therefore there is no sin upon those who perform Hajj or Umrah to keep the Kaaba. If they circumambulate them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appreciates and knows well those who do good voluntarily. After reciting this supplication, you should say, I begin with what Allah's begun with. Afterwards, without making any gesture, you should say Allahu Akbar 3 times, and then you should recite the following supplication, which is La ilaha illa wahdahu la sharik lahu mulk wallahu alhamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. You should also recite this application 3 times during the rounds between Safa and Marwa. You can recite as many additional supplications as you like. Whenever you come to Safa or Marwa, along with other supplications, you should recite this supplication as well. You will have to complete 7 rounds of Sa'i, which means continuing 1 round from Safa to Marwa and coming back from Marwa to Safa as another round. And here you can see green light. Here you should walk briskly, and afterwards, if you are performing it for the first time, you should shave your head completely. For women, it is sufficient to trim a small amount of hair. Afterwards, you will be released from the state of Umrah and you can remove your Ihram. There are also many mistakes that should not be done during Tawaf and Sa'i, but the video has become quite long. So this was a live demonstration of the Umrah process, and my purpose in making this video was to help people understand and perform Umrah. So that's all for today's video. We will meet in another video.